Hey guys, welcome to the Techpoint Africa podcast. My name is Muyiwa.
My name is Oluwanifemi.
And I'm Emmanuel.
I'm trying not to be a bit moody because it's been raining every day this week, like practically every day.
Well,
It's the worst period for me.
aside from the code, it's kind of brought back the season. Like maybe everything is back to normal because all the season have changed. We don't even know when it's going to rain again.
Exactly.
So in a way, people have been anticipating like when will it rain? Now it's here and well,
But
it has refused to stop.
there are some fruits that are supposed to be becoming popular during the rainy
During this
season.
period,
Yeah,
like which ones?
like hot corn and something.
Outcome did that.
Does
not
hot corn
come
never go out
with-
of fashion?
No.
Like, okay, maybe
Out
the
of season, I mean.
freshness.
Freshness,
Oh,
freshness,
yes.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're out now.
They're out. Okay. Okay.
Well, anyway, I'm sure for some people it's good news. For some people, people like
Yes.
me is
And people that go to work and
the
getting
traffic,
soaked
the rains.
and
Anyway,
flood.
let's go away from all that moody stuff. Good news, we announced something good this week. Community powered by Techpoint Africa.
Yay.
Community. So like it's a if you've been following Techpoint this week, you probably saw about it, you heard about it, or you've already started using it, you signed up. Community powered by Techpoint. If you go to community.techpoint.africa, you'll see exactly this page. It's a forum for people to
To discuss
discuss.
everything around the conversation. See, the thing is, it's not like we are bragging, but we know we've had this conversation around the tech ecosystem for a while, for going beyond 5 years now.
Yep.
And we feel like we don't want to be the one pushing this conversation every time. We want to open it up to other people to raise things in the tech ecosystem that other people can also join in the conversation. So that's what brought about community. Yes, we are there with you. You are here with us. So giving us a very leveled playground for every one of us to express what we feel is going on in the tech ecosystem. So
You explained it
yes.
perfectly.
Yeah,
So you can go there, sign up, see the conversation, start a topic, ask a
Yes,
question.
ask a question.
You can see some sample questions that are there right now.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Nigeria have a big video game company
Yeah.
that makes games for PS4?
EA
Interesting
Sports or
question.
Konami.
Like EA Sports or Konami, yeah. Which courier company offers the best services in Lagos? Do you need a technical or non-technical co-founder? Let's connect here.
How is
these-
the internet service in your environment? Like
Yeah,
that?
exactly. So
As the internet says.
lots of conversations going on around there. You can ask questions. You can even comment on the feed on today's episode. You go there and start a thread. The
Yes.
conversation, like Nifemi said, it's not just about us.
Yes,
You guys
it's
can
about you.
you have a say in the conversation. So we hope we'll see you there. We'll put a
Yes.
link to sign up in the description or episode
Yeah.
notes.
You can even see someone is asking about issues with paying for Apple Music with my
With their
Nigerian
Nigerian
card.
card, yeah,
So
yeah.
if you are experiencing that kind of technical difficulties, I think
Yeah, exactly.
you could.
So it's like your Naira land that is not really your Naira land that talks about everything tech.
And everything is there.
Yes,
Or tech in
everything.
Africa in general.
Yes, tech in Africa.
Tech in Africa. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. And I'm talking about conversations. It's like almost every week now. There's always something from Twitter. One of the daddies of conversations.
Yes.
So they launched something recently. Voice tweets. Yeah.
Yes, actually, I think this one met everyone by surprise.
Yeah. I
We're
never
not
thought Twitter would do that.
expecting anything like this. Were you,
No,
Emmanuel?
Like even last week, Muyiwa was saying, "Oh, Twitter is it's because it's mostly text based.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of things and get away with a lot of things because you couldn't put a face to whoever was
That
saying
was
what."
exactly what came to my mind when I
Yeah.
saw this new feature. Like you can now tweet your voice, but it's only for iOS
Bragging
devices
rights.
now.
As usual.
Bragging
And-
rights.
Okay.
Snowbiz.
And what do you expect? Android users are feeling left out. Well, I hope since they are still testing it on iOS before
Yeah.
it gets around with iOS users, before
They
it
need
gets to
to
Android.
know like how people use it. How many? What's the limit for? How many?
2 minutes, 10
2 minutes.
seconds.
That's long.
Yes.
People are already saying that they can use it for micro podcasts.
Yes, because
and
even if
they-
you record it, it won't cut you at that 2 minutes 10 seconds mark. It will record as long as you can. Then
Oh,
it breaks
okay.
it down into
Into a
an
thread.
audio
Into a thread.
trend.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Yes.
So, but that's a bit. That won't be seamless. So I'll be listening thread by thread, playing clips thread by
Or will it
thread.
be playing automatically? If it's playing automatically, then it's
I
nice.
think 2 minutes is too much. You know what I'm even saying that? It reminds me of like, when you said new feature. So immediately I saw this, I remembered there was a Nigerian social network in 2015,
yes,
Obi,
yes.
that had exact. So it was like the Twitter for voice. That's what it was then.
Yes,
So it launched Obi. Yeah, that was 2015.
yes.
And what they did was 9 second audio. 9 seconds.
like
So
it's just like
trying to replicate that quick
Twitter,
feel of
one
Twitter.
song-
And
one
that time
line
Twitter was just 140 characters.
Yes.
So they were like, oh, 9 seconds. Sharp,
What can you
send
say
it out in 9 seconds.
seconds?
I don't know about 2 minutes.
2 minutes is a bit long. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yes, because since it was rolled out to a few people have been like doing audio tweets. Then most people that did like as long as 2 minutes were, I think they were just testing it out to know how long it can go. I don't think I found any that actually did a thread. Yes, but podcasters have been saying, I want to do my podcast
On
with
Twitter.
this, yes,
Yeah.
on Twitter. So yes,
Yeah.
I think that they actually have this kind of people in mind. People like advertisers,
Podcaster,
journalists, activists. Like instead of writing a very long thread.
It still goes back to what Emmanuel was saying, I was saying last week, where a lot of conversations on Twitter lack that context because of the nature of the text. So with this audio now, they are trying to bring more, encourage more context around
Yes.
conversations.
Yes,
Okay.
like you have
You
to
get-
put yourself into it.
There has to be some context. No, like people who are seeing the tweets who now they can't, a 280 character tweet, you can just like not really understand what the person is, where the person is coming from. There's
Yeah.
no
Might not
there's so much
understand
you
the
can-
person's emotions.
Eh,
Maybe it's
eh,
anger, maybe
exactly.
it's happiness
So
or
with
something.
audio now, at least there's a bit of context around it. So
Okay,
I guess
Won't it increase banter? Like, okay, so if I want to engage in a Twitter war with someone,
Yeah.
I would think of how I'm going to start typing. But with this, I can just turn on my recorder and.
I'll just start talking.
But then you be
I was
careful.
hearing
You want to
weird
be
stuff
careful,
yesterday
you know.
night.
when you're
I'm
when,
not telling
like
you
when
what's
you're
it.
when you're bantering with somebody and you feel like person wants to attack you from many sides, you be careful on sending a voice note because person can just pick out something from your accent to give you to give you another bass boost. You get so okay.
Yeah.
There are some people raising concerns like people that don't have like the accent, like the British accent, American accent, that they will be wary of using it. Like,
That's
Okay,
if you have a problem.
that is if you have a
Me, I
problem.
don't
with
care
this.
about.
Okay, so but another thing, if you hear some kind of voices, you respect yourself. I'm not saying
yes,
anything.
oh yes. Now since we can't even know the faces behind some
behind
of
some of the
these.
voices.
Yes.
But me, I feel that they must have put some thought into this and making it 2 minutes. There will be more good coming out of this than bad because there will be more context around conversations. I don't know. We'll see, Sha.
Hopefully
We'll see.
they will just look for something to flag anyone's violating
Yeah.
the rules.
We'll see how it goes. Now,
Yes.
talking about social media, digital services, in Kenya, Kenya wants to start taxing Google, Netflix, and other digital services. They have
Yeah.
like a plan around that. Emmanuel, you did that story.
Yeah, it came from their Finance Act, which they signed in
Oh,
November.
they have a finance act too that they just signed recently.
Yeah. So the plan is to start. They want to widen their tax base. So from the normal taxations they've been making, they want to include the digital economy. Of course, the digital economy we've been singing. There's money. They see tech CEOs raising money up and down. Then of course they see Facebook, Instagram merchants selling stuff online.
Yeah.
So they want to widen that tax base to cover those guys.
Oh, it's not Facebook and
Not
Google themselves
just-
that they're taxing. They're taxing
They're
people,
taxing everybody.
small businesses that are using those.
Yes, they tax Google and Facebook themselves. They want to collect
Okay.
e-com tax from those guys.
How do they plan to do? Do they have like a well thought out?
Okay, so the plan is to track everything they do with the telecoms service providers in the country, the Safaricoms and the telecoms and the Airtel.
Okay.
So, because we use your internet service provider to browse, right? So your internet service provider should have all this data, what you do online, which platform you use. You stream Netflix, you search for stuff on Google, or you just surf the web on Facebook or whatever you are doing. So they want to,
Tracking that.
they want to track that with their communications authority, so
Why
that
your privacy infringements?
Maybe it's not a concern in Kenya.
No,
It's a concern everywhere.
concern all over the world.
it's a concern everywhere.
Okay.
Unless they are not tying it to your identity, so they're just saying user so with you have a
Yeah,
specific identifier on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
SIM or this
yeah.
thing. has done this, has used Netflix, has used this, has used that.
Yeah. That should likely be the case because on their own part they said, oh, these tech companies, or you guys should declare your revenue. How much do you make in Kenya? But in their own plan, they don't want to wait for those guys to declare their revenue because those guys, they've been shifting profits. They've not. Okay, so the international rule states companies should only pay tax where their goods are produced, not where they are consumed. So, but for digital companies, the question of where they are produced changes.
Yes.
Netflix, the engineers are in the US, fine, but they have video production houses all over the world.
Original, people that
Original
do
content.
original
So, who is
content.
producing for Netflix?
Yeah.
Can't tell.
So that's the big question. So will they not start taxing from all those countries all over the world? Will they start taxing where the engineers are? That's the big question. It's a big debate that I'm not sure how Kenya will actually tackle this. They are in the midst of some kind of discussions with the US.
This is sounding very
Very familiar. Yes, Nigeria Finance Act.
Oh, so in our finance act too, we're also trying to tax digital services.
Yeah.
Although some of the taxes and levies that are coming out of that are funny, like the stamp duty thing.
That I don't
That
understand.
thing is, I don't understand it.
So what is stamp and what is the duty for?
What I don't understand is why for every time you receive above 10,000 naira in your account, you'll be charged 15 naira.
15 naira.
And now they even now want to extend it to POS service. So if you use a POS to pay for
everything,
they will charge you 15.
I didn't understand
Like,
their style. It varies from 15 naira to 100 naira. Then I start wondering, excuse me, what's going on?
And now what I like, the issue with that is a lot of focus is on the consumer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Not much focus on the corporate.
Corporate.
This Kenyan one too is look like a lot of focus is on the consumer.
Yeah, most of it.
And even in, was it Uganda that had the social media tax?
Yeah.
Where they were paying the equivalent of 20 naira, a couple Ugandan shillings.
Yeah. Then
Is it
Tanzania.
20 Ugandan shillings a day, or how many shillings a day?
Yeah. Then
And
Tanzania,
in Tanzania too.
$900 annually.
So what's going on? Like, is it that we don't?
They feel like now our lives have moved to the internet, has moved online. Let's try to get something from there, because yes, now if people are working like normal working, like you're working in a corporate organization, you're getting paid and all, it is easier to get tax from those places. But now you are online, you are doing transactions online, which can be untraceable sometimes. You understand? So they want to move their sources of revenue to that part where people's life has now moved to. So I guess
but why the focus on the consumers? So much focus on it. So like from what you have explained now, it doesn't seem Kenya is. I'm not. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. They don't seem so sure how they are going to tax Google and Netflix.
Apart from those
US companies.
Apart from the tracking of what they do, the activities in Kenya, I don't know how they want to actually tax. It's not easy to enforce. Even the EU, France, UK, they've all tried it. And
but in the cases of those places, the EU, it may be harder. It's easier in the US where these companies originate from, because they are established there. Although you hear of, like, for example, Facebook found a loophole, so I think their base is in Ireland, and Ireland is a tax haven. So I'm not sure they are paying that much tax in the US. But at least for most US companies, it's easy to say, because they operate and they are incorporated in the US. It's easy for the US to tax. But when they now start expanding, most of the biggest tech companies on the internet are based in the US anyway. So when they start entering the EU and Africa, it's very hard to now
trace them.
So you're right, it's not just an African problem.
The easiest
customers are the easy target. Like, seriously, very, very easy target.
Can target apart from the customers.
That's anyway.
And we can't but use all these services. We can't but use them.
Well, I don't know what to say. Let's just move on from depressing. Guys, I'd like to hear what you guys think. Let's discuss this on community. After this, we put up. Let's discuss this on community.techpoint Africa. Yeah, let's discuss this. We'd like to hear what people think. We'd like to hear what you guys think.
They are too big to be handled. Okay. Guys, as a form of reminder, we want you to stay safe. We want you to keep your social distance. And remember that COVID-19 is real.
Thank you for that, Nifemi. It's very important to remind us of that. Very, very important. Okay, let's move on to some very, very cheery news.
Funny news.
Yeah, funding news is always good news.
Anything that has to do with money.
Exactly. So cheaper cash, they are like a mobile money, a fintech startup that allows cross-border mobile money within Africa.
Africa.
They raised 13.8 million Series A.
fund.
13.8 conversion. I
13
thought you'd have
point-
converted for us. Converted.
Sorry.
How much is that in naira? How to know how much that is in
That's
naira?
we know how it is.
You're still googling. Okay, while he's googling. Anyway, the interesting thing is, just 6 months ago, 6 or 7 months ago in December, they announced raising $6 million
Wow.
seed, and then in May of 2019, they had raised 2.4 million in seed also.
Making
So
it a
this
total
is
of-
this is actually 5.3 billion naira.
Wow, 5.3.
Billion.
wow.
Billion.
That's a lot. And that makes it like a total of $22.2
Yeah, they've done
million
22.2 million now
in
in 1 year.
in 1 year.
22.
Although- guys-
Although they launched in October though, October 2018. So
Okay.
between October to May, there was no. Maybe they had some like
Activities.
angel investment, friends and family. But since they started raising institutional investments in May 2019 till now, 1 year, 22.2 million.
Yes, and then I noticed that is the same set of investors that are investing in them since the first fund. Since the first fund in
They have
2019,
Decience Capital.
500 startups
And
and Liquid 2
Liquid
Ventures.
Two Ventures,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
All
feel,
those 3 times. Yeah.
I feel these investors have they see something very, very special in what they are doing
Yeah.
to keep investing in them. So it might not really be clear now, but they are really doing a lot of things with cross-border money transfer. Even with the fact that it's within Africa,
Yeah.
it's not intercontinental.
They are in 7 African countries now. Yeah. Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria,
Nigeria,
South
South
Africa,
Africa.
Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda.
Yes.
So they allow mobile money transfers within
Within
those countries.
yes. So
And then even money that is transferred internally, like within the country they are operating, like is free.
yes,
Wow.
it can
So,
be
but
free.
across
borders.
border is also kind of cheap.
So 8.6 billion naira so far.
Yeah, and
Wow.
they have 1.5 million active users,
Wow.
and they do $100 million in monthly transactions. So I
That's
guess that's why they got
huge.
their attention.
Yes.
Although I'm feeling like it sounds like maybe they got some huge amounts, and then they're just disposing in tranches, because like you said, it's the same 3 investors,
Yes.
major investors every time. But yeah, it looks like, and the founders are from Ghana and Uganda.
Ghana and
Uganda,
Uganda.
There's a Hamseru Jogi,
Yeah.
from Uganda, and
Majid Mujalid
Mujalid
From
from
Ghana.
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 So yeah,
Yes,
there's-
but they are based in. They're actually based in.
San
yeah, they are
Francisco.
incorporated in San Francisco as usual now. The Delaware thing.
Yes, but they can still boast of being African focused.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we give that to them.
Congrats
Yeah,
to
they
them.
were.
They said they're going to use the money to hire staff in Lagos, London, Nairobi, New York, and San Francisco.
Yes.
Sorry, why London?
I
Okay,
have no idea.
worry. No worry.
We'll find out. We
Yes,
can interview them. We'll find out.
Alright.
Yeah,
Yes,
congrats to the founders,
Yes, congrats
Ham
to them.
and Majid.
Yes.
That's good news. Let's move on to other news.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Orange? It's a French company, right?
Orange.
So I'll go with,
Orange.
I'll go with orange.
Orange or Orange.
Yes.
Wow.
They're very popular around the world and in Africa too.
Yes.
And there's news that they are. Oh, I'm opening the wrong tab.
Planning.
Yeah.
I have the wrong tab open.
Can you go back once? Like
Yeah.
the arrow button for orange and exclusive, then back once.
Back.
Yeah.
Oh, did I click something? I don't think I clicked anything. No, I
Oh,
didn't click
you didn't
anything.
click
No. So yeah, Orange is coming. There are rumors that Orange is coming to Nigeria
Nigeria.
and South Africa.
Hmm.
And they're already in like 18 countries in the Middle East and Africa.
Okay,
Where
so
this-
the thing is, Orange is they've mostly been focusing on francophone countries, only French-speaking countries in
Because they are
Africa.
French anyway.
They are French.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. They want to actually enter 2 of Africa's biggest markets, Nigeria and
South
South Africa.
Are they in Kenya?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Orange, Kenya. I don't
doubt
think so.
that they're in Kenya. I don't think so. I know there's Safaricom, there's
There's Airtel, there's Telcom.
yeah, I'm not sure there's. But
Nah,
yeah,
they're
so,
not-
so
they're not.
very interesting that they are, like you said, they are targeting mostly Francophone Africa.
Yeah.
But now they want
Yes.
to come to Nigerian South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, like I remember we discussed last week. Like, are there new? Should we expect new entrants into the telecommunication
In
sector
Nigeria.
in Nigeria?
Yeah,
And
when you look at MTN's dominance, I feel if Orange should come in and pump what they can pump, they are far bigger than every other telco currently in Nigeria.
Oh, really?
In terms of
Even MTN Nigeria.
MTN Group,
Oh,
Orange Group, that is Orange,
bigger
is bigger. It's the 11th biggest telecom company by
and it's
revenue.
not just telecoms. They are very active in Africa. I think
Yes, they are into payments too.
Payments, and they invest. I think they invested in Jumia.
Yeah, they invested in Jumia about 75 million euros.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's
that's
very
a lot. And,
this is the
they
big
actually showed interest in Etisalat when it was having its crisis.
Okay, before it became Nine Mobile.
Yeah,
yes, last year.
So it's possible they could actually acquire Nine Mobile to enter Nigeria.
Yeah,
or
that's-
they'll get a new license.
It's actually the lowest angry fruit now.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Because-
easiest way
But
to
Nine Mobile is
enter.
just beginning to find his foot. Hired a good a CEO recently. Was it last week or the other week?
Yeah,
that we talked about
yeah.
the new
Past 2
CEO.
weeks.
Finally, finalized it. So I don't know. Well,
So-
maybe all of that is to prime themselves. I don't know.
Yes, look beautiful to people that want to acquire them. Because now Orange coming in now. Yes, we know that they are big, right?
Mhm.
But they already exist, as we discussed last week. They already existing caps and flaws that we check them. No matter whatever this thing they want to come in, we don't want to use to attract customers. Do you get? So coming in to acquire like an existing one is a very good like a good entering
It's a quick
strategy
way to enter a
to
market.
enter
Yeah,
a
the
market.
way
Yeah.
Airtel
You
entered.
understand? So even though they are bigger than MTN, which has dominance, it might still take a lot of time. They are starting from the scratch.
I'm not even sure there are any other licenses available for. I'm not sure. I don't want to say what I'm not sure.
For
of.
foreign.
Okay.
So
New
like
spectrum.
a new spectrum exactly. I'm not sure. So they probably have to acquire some of that.
Yes.
The
And
most like you said,
Nine Mobile
Nine Mobile
is
is the
the
low
best.
hanging fruit.
so
But yeah,
and
it will be interesting to see
Okay, so-
Orange.
So in the community,
Orange.
someone mentioned acquiring MTN. Is that feasible?
No, wait.
MTN Nigeria.
After the IPO,
RPO, like the second biggest
if they
company.
hadn't IPO'd, yeah, I would have said yes, it's possible because that's a good exit strategy.
Yeah.
But they've already IPO'd now. I doubt.
it might not be
I
possible,
doubt that.
right?
I doubt that. I seriously doubt that. I think
So
Nine Mobile
like-
is the
like-
low hanging fruit.
Nine
Yes.
Mobile.
Glow would definitely not sell.
No, our own.
Airtel is also. We're forgetting Airtel. Airtel has changed many times. Airtel started as Econet, then became Celtel, right?
Oh, before Settle, they
There
were
was
actually
something before Celtel.
Vodafone or something.
But-
No.
but
Vo-
Zain.
V Mobile.
Zain, yeah, there was.
Zain is the closest one.
Oh,
Yeah. V
okay.
Mobile, no. Econet, V
V-Mobile.
Mobile, Celtel,
Celtel.
Zain, Celtel, then
Then
Airtel.
Oh my god! I remember
Changed the.
my
Okay,
mom's
yes,
my
so-
mom's SIM still has Zain
Oh,
on it.
so yes, to that they can also be acquired because I think they are used to being acquired.
They have also IPO'd. Don't forget.
Oh,
Oh, that's true.
Airtel.
We
So
keep forgetting that Airtel
Okay.
is IPO'd.
because they didn't make any noise and they didn't allow their stocks to be traded by just
Yeah, they
anybody.
didn't make so much noise.
oh.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I think it's Nine. I think
it's
if
Nine
it's either they're
Mobile.
acquiring Nine Mobile or they are getting a new license.
Yes.
Eh,
But the closest one is Nine Mobile because they've already shown interest in them
Yeah.
when they had the crisis.
crisis, yeah. And I think you said there's a mobile money play they are going to focus
Yeah,
on.
they
in
might also
entering Nigeria and
focus
South
on-
Africa.
Yeah, because they've been making a lot of money from mobile money, like 40 million mobile money users. 40 million
Globally.
In
Or
those
in Africa.
countries,
in
they
the
are
18
In
countries.
the 18 African countries, that
Yes.
is.
middle
so
and middle.
That's huge.
That's huge.
That's
So
That's huge.
they
That's
could
huge.
actually make a play for the payments market and probably secure licenses and push mobile money in a way that current
MTN
telcos are
has
not.
not.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not yet pushed.
We'll be paying attention, watching whether orange or orange
Orange.
or orange. whatever
And South
whatever is
Africa,
pronounced as. I think I'll just go for orange.
They actually coming
Whenever
big.
they come to Nigeria and South Africa. That's a bold move. South Africa is one of the hardest markets to enter in Africa. It's very different from very different from the rest of Africa. Okay, finally, Nigerian
Nigeria.
government is busy.
Yes,
they
they
want
are.
to save. This is your headline. They want to save startups and
Well.
create 1 million tech jobs. How? How do they want to do that?
Okay, so I don't know if you follow Ministry of Communications Twitter page, you will see a lot of Nigerian youths thanking the Minister of Communications for they've completed so and so digital training. completed software engineering, they completed so and so coding. So they want to train people in the youths, especially in digital jobs.
Oh.
That is for the million tech jobs. So they want to create an outsourcing hub in Nigeria where people will be outsourcing most tech jobs, say develop a website or whatever. So I think the argument is that okay, most companies they want to start outsourcing a lot of their services because of the pandemic. They will not be able to employ much
people.
permanent staff like they want to. So they want to be outsourcing services. So they want Nigerians to be at the forefront of that push for outsourcing. So
And
that's
they recently released, excuse me, a policy
yeah.
to
The policy
encourage
now is
outsourcing.
the economic sustainability. It's a very huge policy. It does not just cover the tech space; it covers the entire economy. So I just try to fish out the one that concerns startups. So they actually want to create a relief fund for Nigerian startups. So first of all, they want to how much do you want to invest? About 20 billion naira.
20 billion in startups.
It's not is it 20? No, I think it's 50.
25.
Where's that?
What is in it for us? Startups, yes. Okay. Down after this.
25 million naira.
No, not that.
Not that. Okay.
Down relief funds, yes.
Relief funds, yeah?
Yeah. I think it's 50 billion.
50 billion.
Big-
So they
Wow.
want to grant grant businesses 50 billion. That's about
Payroll
$129 million dollars.
Yes, payroll support.
Payroll support.
Yeah.
Oh, to help them pay salaries.
Yes.
Hope it's not all due.
Where would they get the money from? does the policy state how they will
Yeah,
fund it?
they didn't expressly state it, but the Ministry of Trade,
country's
Investment.
Wasn't it last week that the Senate approved $25 billion loan?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know where they want to get this money.
So they actually want to pump 2.3 trillion naira into Nigeria's economy to try and boost things, let things get started, let things just start working normally. So I think this is part of the money, the 50 billion naira. It's part of the 2.2 trillion that they want to pump into Nigeria's economy.
Okay.
So that's part of the whole.
Well, I think we should be watching. This is the intention. This is the policy, right?
Yeah.
So we need to keep that conversation going. Find out, check in once in a while and know how the government is doing, keeping to its promises. But I think I would like to see what people think about this. So we'll also put it up on community.techpoint Africa so that we can discuss it. But what you just said reminds me of, you're talking about how outsourcing, companies are outsourcing. And it just reminded me of, there was a story we actually published earlier about an entrepreneur in South Africa that, so because of during this pandemic, many companies don't have use for many of their staff because they have to lay off. So, but this guy is saying this startup is called Team Bix.
Yeah.
Rather than lay off the staff, is encouraging you to loan your staff. Like, when you watch football, you loan players, loan your staff to companies that need them. They can use them when you are ready to take them back. You collect them back.
Wow.
Then you get revenue from that.
Wow, it's just like transfer market.
Transfer market in football,
Wow.
exactly.
wow.
So when you just say, I just thought I should mention it. Like, it sounds interesting. Although some people are questioning the sustainability. There's a discussion about it on community, like how sustainable is it? Okay, after the pandemic, what happens? Will there always be companies that will want to always be loaning their, because you have to think about, as a company, do I want to be giving my staff staff I invested into my resources to other people? So but
rather than laying them off,
it might become a culture eventually, because we don't know how long it will take companies to recover from the blow the pandemic has dealt them. So it might become a culture. Like, let's just share the little we have, and so that they can still stay in their jobs. So it might become a culture eventually.
We'll see. We'll see.
Sector.
And I hope that Nigeria.
Yeah, before I even forget,
is there something we should know about this again?
Yeah, the Finance Act. Remember, they signed the Finance Act into law like in January. So don't forget, that Finance Act is supposed to exempt small startups from paying taxes. I think for the first few years of their operation, for 5 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so they want to activate it.
Oh, they've not activated it yet.
Basically, like what I'm saying is they want to activate it. Then, of course, the 7.5% VAT. And I discovered that those small startups do not have to file VAT. So you don't have to, when you are selling your goods or services, you don't have to charge VAT for the services. You don't have to register for VAT. So for those small startups, they are being exempted from VAT for the time being.
Wow.
But that's one. Then of course, for most companies, I did some digging. Like most companies do not register as limited liability companies. They just register their business name. You have one startup idea, you just go to CAC and register the name there. If you just do that, you might still be collecting tax from you, personal income tax.
So you must incorporate.
You must incorporate.
Okay, that's what this policy says. And all that.
Yes. So
So like
I just felt like you
recognized.
mentioned that. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're running out of time, but we should create a discussion of this about this on community,
But
and
it raises our hopes.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
raising our
definitely.
hopes. Like,
It's
So
racing.
guys,
Yeah.
don't forget, anything we discussed today is available on all Techpoint Africa. If you are watching this on YouTube, if you are listening to it anywhere you listen to podcasts, first time listeners, you can get the podcast.
On TuneIn, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, or anywhere else you get your podcasts.
Yeah. So check the episode notes or check the description. You can see links to everything we've talked about. You can also see the link to community.techpoint.africa where you can discuss everything that we've discussed today. Share your thoughts or start a topic on something that we missed. You know. So we'd like to see you there. Community.techpoint.africa. Nifemi, any last words?
Yes. We hope to see you again next time, and we want to see you on the community. Let's just continue this conversation on the community.
Yeah,
Let's keep
exactly.
it going.
So see you in the community. Community.techpoint.africa. Don't forget.
Yes.
So as we are just ending this now, we want to see you there. So we're already picking up our phones and getting
See you
ready.
there.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
you there. All right, guys, take care. Bye.